Truth. My name is John Singletary.
And my name is Ramon Rowe.
We want to thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for sharing this information with other individuals. And we're here to say that today we're going to talk about the Ferguson Report. The Ferguson Report was completed by the Department of Justice. And of course, it appears that the mayor was upset because they thought that they should have been updated as things went on so that they would be able to deal with them. Well, they knew what was happening before they did it. And so nothing says that you have to tell me as things go on about what you already know. Now, the report, that would be almost like when they did the Ku Klux Klan Act, 1983 Act, that says that, you know, if you don't get protection from the state government, you can go over to the federal government, and we don't have to give you a second chance. Now, the Ferguson Report is an eye-opener for some. Not all.
No.
Not all. Because blacks have known for a while they've been treated unfairly. And whites have known in Ferguson that they have been treating them unfairly. The whole issue is now the public at large knows about the unfair treatment.
Right, the country.
That's right, the country knows. That report is mind-boggling because it goes on to tell, and it just hits the tip of the iceberg concerning the police force and the fact that it's a predominantly black town, white-ruled, and you could literally, for not paying a ticket, parking ticket, end up in jail.
In jail for a parking ticket.
And it has become the second largest funding stream in Ferguson. That's a racial taxation like the Department of Justice charged Wells Fargo with, charge them $175 million for the racial surtax. That is the same kind of tax that in many cities. When we take a look at the funding stream that comes in from the tickets that are done in predominantly black neighborhoods, and then, which many will tell you that, well, there's no way for us to determine if the tickets were given to a white and black. Well, they found out in Ferguson, they could find out other places. Code enforcement, for instance, has become the new, and it's an initiative for HUD, has become the new way of discriminating through disparity of treatments. Here in North Charleston, we've got 15 people in the department, 3 black, and 90% of the tickets are done in black neighborhoods by predominantly white code enforcement officers, and so they are sucking, as an additional tax, they are literally sucking money out of our black neighborhood through disparities in treatment.
Right.
Even though the code itself could be neutral, it could have a discriminatory application, which still makes it discrimination. And that's what's happening here. They simply take a department called Code Enforcement and put an additional tax on the black community in North Charleston. You got the police tickets, you got code enforcement, and in addition to the taxes that you already paying.
Yeah, but on that, the Ferguson Report, which is sad about it, is that, you know, you actually have people that are being incarcerated and they're getting money because when they're incarcerated, they end up having to pay more money. And then on top of that off is that you can be losing your job. There's one woman that she was, it was 2 parking tickets that she had that was the issue. They put her in jail. She lost her job. So then she lost her job. She can't pay to get out of the charge. Instead of paying $100 or $200, she had to pay $300 $500. I can't remember, to get out of jail. Or this young man that was sitting in his car. The police came up to him and said, and you know, started questioning him. He said, and he legally said, what is the probable cause? And the police threw him down and arrested him and wrote some like 11, or I can't remember the number chart, maybe like 7 charges on him, and took him down. And that caused him to lose his job because guess where he was at?
In jail.
Sure am.
See, jail
So they get more
become
money.
a profitable
That's
profit
right.
center, so much so that many of them are now going private so that other people can join in the
Right.
corruption. We
Right.
have many jails where, it doesn't matter whether you have one person or full capacity, they still get paid the same amount. And so why would the city not lock people up so that they get their money's worth? In many places that's happened. But what gets me is this. If you've got, for instance, in Ferguson, a situation where the report clearly says it's discrimination, it's a disparity in treatment, and it could have been avoided, okay? It's an avoidable disparity in treatment.
Right.
Now, any federal funds that they received from locking those people up should have to be repaid to the government, because you have made the statement that through a discrimination or discriminatory practice, you have locked the people up. It was unavoidable, it's unjust, but yet the federal government pays for the meals, pays for the different things in the jail. That money should be refunded back to the federal government.
What brings my mind, when I heard the report, Eric Holder read, his press conference. In that report, my mind immediately ran on young Michael Brown. Now, I may probably, because through the investigation, they said it was a justifiable homicide, justifiable shooting. Okay, we're not going to be trying to rehash that again. However, I'm thinking about the mindset of young 18-year-old Michael Brown in a racially hostile community. John and I know what it is to be like in a racially hostile environment in a workplace. But could you imagine a community like this that 100% of the police dogs that are attacked towards a suspect, 100% of them are black. All blacks. That's according to the report. All blacks who are apprehended using police dogs, were apprehended were used with the police dogs. Now, I'm saying is that the mindset of young Michael Brown was already set, these white people out to get me.
Sure.
These are the people that are oppressing, my people. So he already has a mindset. So you thinking about that, what would cause a man to act in such a way? And you're saying that, yeah, we can believe he can take some responsibility, but a lot of their responsibility on the government and what kind of environment that they had for that young man.
Absolutely. And what we see here in this Ferguson report is just the tip of the iceberg, just the tip of the iceberg. And we know that the Department of Justice, for at least 20 other cases previously, have attempted to right this very same type of wrong, some of which, a couple of them I think, ended up saying, well, they're going to fight the Department of Justice on the civil rights violation case. But what we're saying is that there are many cities, North Charleston included, many cities where it is a predominantly African American city that is predominantly white ruled, and the codes, the practices that may be facially neutral are being applied in a discriminatory fashion, and as a result there are avoidable disparities. Now, there should be a separate department that investigates those kinds of things, because it's a pattern and practice.
That's right.
It's a pattern and practice, and oftentimes you really don't know who to go to. I've reported this thing, identical situation, to at least 4 or 5 governmental agencies, and it appears that until there is a killing and riots that go along over a sustained period of time, that no one wants to address those situations. Here we're trying to address it before there is a killing.
Now, to say about that, recently, today is the 12th, right? Yeah, the 12th of March, 2015. Last night, 2 police officers were injured gunshot wounds. That's not the answer. There was a protest going on, and killing or trying to kill police officers, that's not the answer. There are solutions to the problem, but violence is only going to beget more violence, because those police officers, they are going to find, they're going to hunt you down. They're going to find 9 times out of 10 you're going to get caught. It's not going to. There's other ways. There's another way on getting fair treatment in our country. So violence does not. We don't support any. John and I don't support you taking violence. It is a rough situation, but taking the justice into your own hands or your form of justice, it's not the issue.
Right. Well, there you have it. The naked truth of the Ferguson Report. We'll still be speaking on that on another video.
Yes.
Remember, continually subscribe. Take a look at your situation wherever you are in the nation, to see if there's something additional that you can do in order to bring to light a situation if it's like Ferguson. It needs sunlight on it, like Judge Lewis Brandes said.
Sunlight.
Sunlight is the cure for it. And that's why we're bringing these videos to you. Again, another edition of The Naked Truth. My name is John Singletary.
And I'm Ramon Roan.
Thank you. Have a